Hi there, Year 6. I'm so sorry I can't be with you on a live session today, but I'm out on a training course. And instead, I'm going to walk you through a computing project that you can work on this afternoon at home. It should take you most of the afternoon, and you'll have to maintain quite a lot of focus to see it through. It's not coding. Apologies that we're taking a break from coding, but because this isn't live, I thought it'd be better to go for something that I know that you'll be able to do quite independently. And we're going to work today on creating our own web pages. We're going to use a slightly different software that you haven't used before to create these web pages, just so you can see how it looks in a slightly different format. And then when you get back to school, we're going to have a little look at some of these websites, looking at their code, the HTML code behind them. So we have a front end of the website, what it actually looks like when we build it, and then we'll be able to get under the hood and look at some of the code and see if we can make changes without having to use the website builder that you're going to use today. But for today, there's a really user-friendly way that we can access a website builder. It's through a company called Weebly. They have a service, and on your login cards that I would have attached in the email, it asks you to go to students.weebly.com, which looks like this, and then you'll have your login details to put in. So this was mine, Rowledge 21. Quite generic details, you'll all have similar ones. There we go. Now yours might come up looking slightly different, because on the first login, you'll suddenly have this screen. I think, let's see if we can put it in. I know what I'm going to put mine on. My website says something about Mario Kart. I'll explain why in just a second. Oh, dearie me, let's just, maybe if I go in here instead. There's only one site at a time allowed on Weebly. Let's see what comes up. Here we go. This is what you will see on your very first login. It will look exactly like this. You'll be in the builder and it will say choose a website domain. Now, a domain is the web address, and you can choose one that's part of Weebly for nothing. So if I put in, let's see, oh, I thought it might be taken. Maybe if I put a dash in, oh, that's taken too. Let's have a look. There we go. So my website, if I wanted to ask somebody else to view it, I'd be able to say, hey, check out my website. It's www.mario-kart-2021.weebly.com. Now, the reason I've chosen this particular website is that you are able to publish online and share that domain. So the content that you produce will be able to be seen by other people. I think that's a really important thing, because we're trying to build something, say, with a real sense of purpose. Now, I'm building my website about Mario Kart because my suggestion for you today is that you should be making a fan page about either a game that you're really impressed with, or a particular app. Something technology-based would be great. If you're really not that way inclined, if you want to do it about your favorite hobby, favorite musician, that's fine too. But I'm going with a favorite game. And at the moment, me and my 5-year-old son, Sam, we love playing on Mario Kart, the mobile edition. He's really just starting to get into that. It's a real fun thing that we do together. So I wanted to build my website as a fan page for the Mario Kart app, because I know quite a bit about Mario Kart app. So that makes sense. It means that when I come to write my content, I am already knowledgeable, and I'll be able to put some of my own experience into this website. But I'll also be doing a little bit of research to find out some more information about the website too. But let me start here. So I've chosen my domain. You can change that later on, but you're best sticking with one really, rather than changing it around. So have a think about what you want your web page to be about, and then pop this in here. Can I remind you though that we don't use any of our real details, because this is a website that is published. So don't go putting your first name, surname in there, .weebly.com, because that's obviously identifiable. Go with something that's the subject of your page, ideally. So if your web page is about Pokemon Go, try and find a variant of Pokemon Go. 2021 is a good way to go, because there's less likely to be many of those website pages out there. Equally, if you're about horse riding and you want to do a fan page about horse riding, or your own horse, who knows, then actually you could put in your horse's name and again the date to try and find a domain that will work for you. So step one, once you've gone on to students.weebly.com and you've logged in, you'll be met by this. Step one is to choose your domain, and then you press continue. Here we go. There are some tips that will come up, and actually you can have a look at this tip bar at any point as you get going with it. Also press X here to put that away. Whenever I need it, that little bulb will appear there and I can have a look. So it did say drag some elements onto your site. I'm going to show you something a little bit different first, and then I'm going to come back to the elements page. So up here at the very top, you can see we have build, pages, theme, settings, and help. We also have a picture of a computer here and a picture of a mobile phone, so it will show you what your site will look like in either of those formats, which is really cool. I'm going to go to theme to start with. Now here, you'll see that I've got some colors that I can instantly change up on my website. I've also got the option of changing fonts within my website as well, so I can choose slightly different fonts depending on what I want, whether I want my headline font to be different. And you see when I hover over that, the headline font here appeared, so it will show me which part is which. Site navigation looks like that, so I can have a look through some of these. But the best thing to go for is this change theme button, because Weebly already has a series of sort of pre-made templates within the theme for you. Now here, I would always have a look at the featured ones first. Have a look through. Now, obviously, what we're not going to find is one about Mario Kart that we're going to want to look at and use. But instead, I'm looking for the general layout of the site, the look of the site, something that I would like to use on mine. So this looks cool, quite modern. We have the boxes across the top there. That looks quite interesting. That might be good for a game-related website. I can obviously change the picture there, change what it's called, so I could have a look at that one. This one again, nice and modern. That could look really effective as a game page. And again, I can alter these as I go along. Oh, it's a tough choice. Another good place to look is a personal website, because our websites aren't going to be online stores or businesses. Portfolios are more like online galleries, and we want to make sure there's content in ours. Some of these are really cool. I'm going to go with this one. So when I click on it, I get the choice to either preview the theme or choose the theme. I'm happy with this theme, so I'm going to go to choose theme. I'm going to make some amendments to it, as I'll show you in a minute, but there we go. This is my theme now in, with the picture that was already there on my site. Here I have a choice at the very top of having a logo or text in for my site. Now my webpage is about Mario Kart. There we go, Mario Kart fan page, that's looking good already. Again, if I want to, I can go to theme, I can go to change fonts, and I can have a look at trying to find that area. Let's have a look. I can have a look through and try and change a few of the fonts if I want to, make it a little larger, smaller, just like you would if you were using a word processing tool. Now, I wouldn't get stuck like I'm about to, spending a really long time looking at some of these fonts, because actually that's the kind of polishing we can do at the end. We want to really use this session today to try our best to build the structure of the page itself. So let me just pop one on there that will work. There we go, perfect. Right, now I have a theme that I'm happy with, which again, I can change at any point in theme if I want to. If I want to change my theme later on, it will still keep all of my pictures the same. It just changes the general look of the website, fonts, that sort of thing. Now I can start to build my home page of my fan site. So here, it obviously says click here to edit. I can either do some typing, put in a header, which is like a mini title for the page, or I can change the image. Now, obviously that image isn't going to be perfect for my website. I want an image that's going to sort of scream straight away what this is about. And when I go to add image, I'll just show you as it loads, there are some built-in backgrounds that I can use, but ultimately they're not going to have the ideal picture for my app or game. So instead, I'm going to go in my browser and I'm going to search for one. Now, if I search header or banner, I should start to see things at the right sort of size for me. That's a really good tip, because sometimes you can put in a massive picture, it won't really work. So some of these look great already. In fact, this one looks perfect. I think this is actually the one of the screens from the game that I play, the version I play, so perfect. I'm going to save that image, right click, save image as, and I'm going to choose where to put it. I'm going to pop it in my pictures, call it Mario. And I head back to my web page. There it is at the bottom. And here I'm going to upload my image on my home page that I've just saved. You can do this for any of the pictures in there. There it is, Mario. Let's see if it loads. Super, that's looking good already. I could still choose, if I wanted to put some writing across the top of it. I can here as well, there's some different features, so I can zoom in a bit if I want to, if I wanted to have a particular section of the picture. I can blur it if I want to have an effect so that the writing's a bit easier to see over the top. I can darken the picture, or if I want to, or I can apply a filter to the picture. I'm going to bring it back down to 0, and I'm happy with that, so I press save up in the top corner. So now I've got my chosen font on here. I have my header that's going there. I don't think I need to put writing over the top, so I'm going to delete that one there. And instead I'm going to have my title at the bottom underneath here. So, welcome Mario Kart fan page. Now your home page really should be telling visitors to your site exactly what your website's about. Unlike the websites we've built before using Adobe Spark, rather than having one long page, we're going to navigate through different pages on this website, so we can have separate sections for each part of our website. So on this home page, I'm going to want to put a little bit of information. Now again, I'm not going to want to put my real name. I can use an alias though. So I could say something like this. Here we go. Oops. Hello, I'm GameFan1986, and welcome to my website, all about Mario Kart. This popular has been a long time favorite of mine, and I hope I can share some hints and tips on how you can improve your racing style. Great, short, sharp, to the point. I could put an additional picture in there. And actually, let me show you, as I start to drag elements in, so if I drag an image in, I can pop it underneath. I can pop it, if I move gently, it'll show me I can pop it over here to one side. If I pop it to the side, you'll see that then that splits the writing and my page in half. Again, I can click on this bit at the top if I want to and try moving it around somewhere else instead. Okay, that's a slightly different layout. That might work well. And equally, I now need to go back online, find a better picture for this particular section. That looks great, that one. So I'm going to right click, save that image. Oh, is it coming? It's just taking its time, I think, for that to appear. Maybe I've frozen the computer a little bit. I've frozen the computer a little bit. Let's see if I can get it back. Here we go, phew. It's running a bit slow here. It's a bit late here at school, and sometimes the internet goes a bit funny at school. Right, Mario 1. There we go. I'm going to upload a picture of Mario 1. Hopefully that'll load now. Keep your fingers crossed that the internet doesn't completely die on me here. I think that's coming. Well, that, as you can imagine, that would then come up in exactly the same way. Now we've got other features here down the side. We can put a gallery in, a slideshow of images. Some of these features are premium, like videos. We're not going to be able to pop those in. We can put a link to a YouTube video though, a quote. All of these things are really useful for building our web page together. Now, what I want to show you next is how you can make your next page or pages. And when you're thinking about these pages, you need to think about the purpose of your website. So if it's a fan page, really, it's to inform people about the thing that you really enjoy, that you're quite passionate about, and it's to entertain them. They want to come there because they might be a fan already, and actually they want to find out some interesting hints, tips, funny stories, interesting clips or pictures, those sorts of things. You also need to get your tone right. With a fan page, we don't have to be formal. We can be quite informal. But we do need to be really accurate with the information that we're sharing, because otherwise visitors are not going to want to return if actually the things that we've suggested for them to try aren't going to work for them, or part of the area that we're informing them about isn't accurate and they're not going to want to come back. So I've thought about that, and I'm going to have a look now. And my first page link is going to be about the history of Mario Kart. So up here at the very top, I click on pages. At the moment I have a home page. All I need to do is press plus. And I can choose which type of page I want. Now I'm always going to want a standard page for the kind of website we're building today. I give it a new name, history. I'm going to come up as new page. There we go, let's see if it's there. Hopefully that'll change to history in a second. Again, I think my internet's being a little bit slow. There we go, history. And then now, when I go back to build, I now have this new page. Now my header that I've chosen automatically went in there. If I don't want to have my header, I can either drag it so it's a little bit of a thinner one, or I can replace the header layout. And what I can do there is completely delete it if I don't want it. Or I could pop the different picture in there by itself one that I've already found online. Now I don't want to take too long on these, but look, this is a good one because it's nice, bright, bold, and it'll definitely differentiate between the pages of my website. So they've definitely come to a different area of my web page. Let's press save for now. Up here, I'll pop something, change the text here to say, history of Mario Kart. I probably don't need to pop these bits in, so I'll hover over them. Hover over them, and then press on the X to delete, just like I did before. Press on the X to delete. Press on the X to delete. And then I've got my banner at the top of the page sorted. Now, if I'm writing about the history of Mario Kart, I probably want to go online and do a little bit of research, because as much as I love playing, I don't know when it was first brought out. I don't know what console it was first brought out on. I don't know how many players it's had, whether it's well ranked across the years. So I'm going to have to go online and research that. So again, I would be using Google off images this time. And I would be trying to find some interesting information. Now, you can collate information from different web pages. In fact, lots of websites do just that. It's not always original content that has been entirely written by the person. But if you just copy and paste from another web page, actually, no one's going to want to visit your site when they can visit that better page in the first place. So if I just put all of the information from Wikipedia onto my web page, why would somebody need to visit me when they could just go straight to Wikipedia? As I say, though, you can take chunks. It doesn't have to be original content. You can find bits that you find really interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Page from Nintendo, the history of Mario Kart, a race through time. So I'd have a little read on this, and oh, look at that. Great. See which parts of the information I think are particularly useful and interesting. I could take some of these pictures too, because actually this is a really, look at that, the difference in Mario across the years. And I could definitely steal a few of these pictures to put in. That was my first ever Mario Kart 64 on the Nintendo 64. Loved that game. So again, I might write about that from my own personal experience, tell people why I thought that was one of the best versions of the game. And I would copy and paste certain sections if I want to, edit, adjust, and I would put those in. I drag an element across, so text in this case. And all I have to do is right click paste or Control V to get that delivery van in, build my page up. I probably want to have a tips and hints page for things that I've spotted. And again, I can research those online. I can try and find some interesting hints and tips for my players. And I might even want to put on there a contact page where they can leave a little bit of information for me. Now, if I did want to do that, there's a really cool element down here. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, no. Oh, yes. This probably would be better, actually. Instead of a contact page, I might want to put some information about the game developers on that page. So I would possibly want to use this map tool. So if I was having that as game developers or calling it contact page, but actually it's contact for people at Nintendo, maybe if you need a little bit of additional help, one of the cool features I can drag in is a map. And if I find online the location of Nintendo headquarters, maybe in the UK, I can put the postcode in and that'll show that map on the page. So visitors would know where to go if they wanted to seek additional support, as well as some other contact details. Really, really, I think quite a fun, creative way to share something that I'm really passionate about online. When you are ready and your website is nice and finished, or it's at a point where you're happy to publish and share and maybe you ask for some advice from some of your friends so you can send them the link, you just press publish up here. It will say, Jeff, definitely want it to go to this web address. Yeah, that's the one I've chosen. I press continue. It goes through the publishing element. And then here is my new link that I can copy and paste to friends, or I might have written it down anyway because it's one that I've chosen. So it should be nice and easy to remember. And again, the internet's being a little bit slow with us here, but that will then open as a full web page. So you can't edit it on here. You can only edit it through Weebly, student.weebly.com. It will save every time you make a change on your website. Publishing, though, is the only way you can get those changes to go up onto the internet. So you must press publish whenever you're ready to. But it will save as you're working, and you can come back to this and keep working on it as and when you need. So if you want to have a break from screen time this afternoon and your family decides to go for a lovely walk, that's absolutely fine. You might want to do half an hour on this, go for your walk, and then you can pick it back up at another time that suits you. Let's see if it's going to load. Look at that. So here is my finished web page. You'll see now that I can't click in here to type anything. That doesn't work. It's like a genuine web page at this point. And again, I can go to the history page and it'll jump around between these pages. A reminder then, few key things to remember. Once you log in, you need to choose your domain. As soon as you're in, you might want to start thinking about your theme. Remember, you want to hit the change theme option. You can pick one of the themes that's already laid out for you. And then when you're happy with that theme, you can go in and you can change it up anyway. You can change some of the colors that are within there. You can change the look from, oh no, that's just here, I think. Oh no, here it comes, dark to light. There's lots of different things that you can work on there, as well as the fonts that you have on the web page. Try your best to make this a really informative, entertaining site. Think about that level of formality. You can be quite informal. It's like a conversation between friends. You can be direct. Make sure you are not using your real name or contact details anywhere on your website, please. Feel free to use a pseudonym or a gamer tag name if that works for you. Or you can just say we, because you are the creator of this website, and actually that will work fine. I have done this. You don't ever have to put your name if you don't want to in any form. But if you are going to use a name, please make sure it's not your real name and go with a pseudonym or a gamer tag or an alias instead. I'd love to see some of these finished pages. So if you do publish them, do send me the website link. I'd love to have a little look through them this evening. We'll work on these for a couple of weeks, so you don't have to rush through it. If you haven't got your finished complete site, that's absolutely fine. Do share it with your friends, ask them to test it, see if they can see anything that isn't right, any misspellings or images that don't load for them, that sort of thing. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon exploring this website builder, students.weebly.com.